How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Sheffield United against Arsenal, Bramall Lane tonight. And on paper, this looks like a foregone conclusion. It looks like a very easy win for Arsenal, but it's the Premier League and nothing can be taken for granted. Sheffield United sit bottom of the league. They've conceded 66 goals this season. Complete contrast when you look at Arsenal. Best defence in the league, best attack in the league. And like I said, it should, on paper, be a very comfortable victory when you think of Arsenal's recent performances and how they're playing now as well, and the amount of goals that they're scoring. But Sheffield United will treat this game as a one-off with nothing to lose. It will effectively be a cup tie for them. And you know what happens with cup ties? Anything can happen. I think that Sheffield United are already relegated. They're not going to get out of the situation that they're in. So they kind of look at each game individually and go, it's a free hit. Got nothing to lose. Nobody expects us to win. And that's when teams can be dangerous. I do expect Arsenal to win. I do expect us to win quite comfortably. And I do expect us to play the game in the right way. But I'm still always got that 1% of me where I'm like, we need to be careful, we need to be cautious, because this could be one of those games where we're sitting there, you know, come the end of the game going, oh no, what have we done? How have we done this? And you're looking at the title race right now, and this is where it's going to start getting really, really interesting. And Liverpool, they won over the weekend, and very contentious circumstances how they won that game. Manchester City 1-0 down against Manchester United, but as I expected, they came through and won the game quite comfortably. So once again, we're the final team playing behind those two, and we've got to go about our business. Nobody's done us any favours. There's been no slip-ups, so we cannot afford to slip up. And what that will actually mean moving forward is quite significant, because win the game and you sit 2 points off top. Next weekend, we finally get the opportunity to play first. We're at home against Brentford, and Man City and Liverpool play each other. So one of them or both of them are going to drop, points. That's guaranteed. Somebody's going to drop points. A draw would be perfect. Both of them dropping points. So it's, massively important for us to win and then go into the game next Saturday knowing full well that a victory at home to Brentford takes us top of the league, and we can sit back, relax with our feet up on a Sunday with a roast dinner and just see what happens between them two. And then, you're looking forward, and it's really weird, our fixtures at the moment, because we've had like 9 or 10 days since the last game. We've had a really nice break. And obviously having a break seems to work really well with us. But we've got a massive break coming up, because obviously after we play Brentford, we've then got the Champions League second leg against Porto. That's huge, okay? But then after that, we were supposedly playing Chelsea at home. But Chelsea are in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, so that game's now being postponed. And then you've got the international break, and we don't come back until the 31st of March, which is Man City away. So the last game that we will play is Porto in the Champions League on the 12th of March, and then we don't play again until the 31st of March. That's like 19 days. The Brentford game on Saturday is our last Premier League game until the 31st. Now, it's unheard of at this period of the season to be having such a massive break. That's like 22 days between Premier League games. That's mad, isn't it? And after Man City, we got Luton at home, Brighton away, Villa at home. Some tough games in there. Wolves away, Tottenham away. It's getting juicy. But listen, we've got to go about our business at the end of the day. We've got to do what you know, we need to do. Not worry about anybody else. You know, win our games. Quite simply, win our games. We win the Premier League title, in my opinion. I know that's easier said than done, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's just go about our business tonight. Don't, you know, sit there with any regrets after the game. Go and get the job done. In terms of the team selection, it's going to be quite interesting. I don't think Mikel's going to make a lot of changes because we've had so much rest and everything else. Thomas Partey, from what I know, will be back in the squad, and that's what everybody's talking about. You're looking at the other players that could possibly return. You've got the likes of Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus. He was on the bench last time out, wasn't involved. So again, there's some options. It makes the bench a hell of a lot stronger, but I don't think that there will be loads of changes. Not loads. So with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, David Raya. Very straightforward, very simple. Right back, Ben White. Again, a very straightforward decision. Doesn't really, you know, even need to have a discussion about. Jurriën Timber, of course, is back in full training, but it's going to be a little while before we start seeing him in the squad and everything else. I'm expecting some probably, you know, behind closed doors games during these breaks and everything else just to really get him going again. Right centre back, William Saliba, straightforward. Left centre back, Gabriel, again, straightforward. Left back, do you bring Zinchenko back in or do you stick with Kiwior? And based on the performances, you're probably going to have to stick with Kiwior, to be quite honest with you, because he's been superb. In the midfield, I'm going to keep Jorginho in there because his performance last time out was exceptional. I do think that Sheffield United will play with a low block. They will play counter-attack football. And Jorginho is a player that can help try and unlock that door. Very simple. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka, exceptional over the last month. And I cannot say any more than that. Martin Odegaard next to him, and going to need him on his A game. And he's going to be one of those players that unlocks that door and has to be on his A game, like I was saying. Alongside him, Declan Rice, very straightforward decision for me, this one. Exceptional all season. And yeah, his deliveries and his set pieces that he's obviously added to his game and what we work on now is very, very good. So straightforward one. On the left-hand side, I suppose you could have a little bit of an argument here and a debate as to whether it be Martinelli or Trossard. For me, Martinelli will probably get the nod. Sheffield United, I feel they may play the three at the back, the 3-5-2. And I know that things change, you know, from in possession and out of possession and everything. But I feel that those wide areas are where we can exploit Sheffield United. If we win the ball in, you know, higher areas and we catch them on the back foot, then we can go and exploit those areas. And that's where Martinelli will come into his own. Up front as the striker, false nine, whatever you want to call it, the way we play it now, will be Kai Havertz. The aerial presence and everything else, I feel, you know, will be key against Sheffield United, who will be very physical. Gabriel Jesus, for me, will probably get minutes in this with Saturday in mind and then with Porto in mind and everything else. And yeah, I think that's a very, very strong lineup. And I wouldn't really, you know, predict too many changes, to be honest. We've had a nice break. And if we can bring the likes of Jesus on, if we can bring the likes of Thomas Partey on if he's on the bench, Zinchenko comes on as well if he's on the bench, be nice just to get some minutes in those legs, ready for Saturday and then ready for the Champions League game. So listen, there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. What do you feel our lineup would be? What do you think the score prediction will be? If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.